How deep does the ocean really go? Imagine, if you will, standing at the highest point on Earth, the peak of Mount Everest. Now, picture submerging it beneath the ocean. Even with this extreme measure, there would still be more than a mile between the mountain summit and the deepest known point in our oceans. This staggering contrast reveals just how vast and mysterious our world's oceans are. They cover over 70% of the Earth's surface and harbor 99% of all living space on the planet. It's almost incomprehensible, isn't it? But the depth of the ocean is not just a matter of numbers, it signifies a world teeming with life, secrets, and astonishing phenomena that we are still beginning to understand. The ocean's mysteries have been a long-standing fascination for both scientists and the curious at heart. This is not merely a quest for exploration, it's an effort to understand the ecosystems that sustain us all, the resources that could one day benefit humanity, and the ever-present question of what lies beyond the depths that we currently cannot explore. The ocean's immensity. To put things into perspective, imagine a bathtub. The volume of water in all the oceans combined is enough to fill a bathtub that measures 685 kilometers on each side. This visual helps us understand just how much water the oceans hold, and it is truly unfathomable. Now, take the blue whale, the largest creature to ever exist on Earth. It's a magnificent animal, reaching lengths of up to 100 feet. To give you a sense of scale, here's a comparison: a human, standing alongside a blue whale, would appear incredibly small in comparison. These colossal creatures dive to depths of around 330 feet well within the ocean's epipelagic zone, also known as the sunlight zone, where light can still penetrate. Early explorations, submarines and human limits. Venturing further, we dive deeper into the history of ocean exploration. In 1960, the USS Triton became the first submarine to complete a circumnavigation of the Earth. But even though this was a remarkable achievement, it is merely a scratch on the surface. The USS Triton reached depths of around 700 feet, a far cry from the extreme depths that submarines would eventually explore. One of the most significant moments in oceanic exploration came at a depth of 831 feet, when the record for the deepest free dive was set. At this depth, the pressure exerted on any human would be 26 times greater than at the surface, something that would crush most human lungs. Yet, despite these extreme conditions, whales continue to dive into these dangerous zones, reaching depths of up to 1,640 feet, where they hunt giant squid. The depths, submarines and the uncharted abyss. The development of modern submarines, capable of reaching depths as deep as 2,400 feet, allowed us to explore what was previously thought to be unreachable. This was the danger zone for these advanced submarines, where any deeper and the pressure would cause the hull to implode. Still, there are records that show life thriving even at these seemingly inhospitable depths. But it is at 2,722 feet that things begin to get truly fascinating. Here, the tip of the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, would be submerged, yet we would still be far from the most extreme depths. At 3,280 feet, the sunlight no longer reaches, and we enter what is known as the midnight zone. The midnight zone, a world without light. In the midnight zone, life adapts in extraordinary ways. Eyeless shrimp thrive in complete darkness, living in proximity to scalding underwater volcanoes where temperatures can soar to over 800 degrees Fahrenheit. The water temperature in these depths hovers just above freezing, a harsh environment by all standards, yet life persists in ways we are only beginning to understand. The RMS Titanic, an iconic figure of human history, rests at a staggering depth of 12,500 feet. This site has become a symbol of the challenges and mysteries of the deep ocean. Here, the pressure is 3,378 times greater than at the surface, and yet life persists. Species like the fangtooth hagfish and the Dumbo octopus have adapted to this extreme environment, displaying remarkable resilience. The Dumbo octopus holds the record as the deepest living octopus known to science. The Hadal Zone, the final frontier. At 20,000 feet, we reach the Hadal Zone, home to the ocean's deepest trenches. The Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the world's oceans, lies within this zone. If Mount Everest were placed into the Mariana Trench, its summit would still be a full 1.3 miles below the surface. It's mind-boggling to think that such a massive mountain could be submerged so deeply. Yet, the exploration of the Hadal Zone is still ongoing, and humans have only just begun to scratch the surface. In 2012, filmmaker James Cameron completed an incredible solo dive to the Challenger Deep, the deepest known point in the ocean, reaching a depth of 35,756 feet. This mission was groundbreaking, yet it didn't break the record set by oceanographer Jacques Picard and Lieutenant Don Walsh in 1960, who reached the deepest point of the Mariana Trench, Challenger Deep, at 35,797 feet. The unseen depths, a vast, unexplored world. Despite the advances in technology, scientists estimate that only 5 to 10% of the ocean has been explored. The mysteries of the deep ocean are far from solved. Many believe that there are potentially thousands of new species waiting to be discovered in these uncharted territories. While humanity has made incredible strides in ocean exploration, we are only beginning to understand the true extent of what lies beneath. Reflection on ocean exploration. The more we learn about the depths of the ocean, the more we realize how much we don't know. The ocean is a vast and mysterious place, teeming with life forms adapted to some of the harshest environments on Earth. From the pressure of the deep to the utter darkness that shrouds many regions, the ocean remains one of the last true frontiers on our planet. While much has been discovered, much more remains hidden, and each new discovery only raises more questions about the nature of life on Earth. The deep sea, in many ways, mirrors our own journey as a species, constantly pushing the boundaries of what we know and discovering the untold secrets of the natural world. In conclusion, the ocean's depths represent more than just an area of scientific interest. They symbolize the vastness of nature and the limitless potential for human discovery. As we continue to explore, we must remember that the ocean is not just a resource to be exploited but a world to be respected and understood. And who knows what marvels lie waiting to be uncovered in the dark, unexplored corners of the ocean. The deep sea remains, as always, a profound mystery.